Yeah. In the last lecture, we learned about the product cipher, and learning about the classes of product cipher was pending. So I will complete this topic in the today's class. So what are the two classes of product cipher? The first one is Feistel one, and the second one is non-Feistel. So Feistel cipher, and the second one is non-Feistel cipher. So the Feistel cipher is very intelligent and the interesting one cipher, and it is basically made up of three components. What are that three components? The first one is self-invertible component. Second one is invertible component. And the third one is non-invertible component. So self-invertible components, just like we do not need to perform, we do not need to use our mind and just excel. They are complemented like the XOR operation. And the invertible component, we have to do some mind task like the computation. So S box, like the S box having same number of bits in the input and the same number of bits in the output will be considered for the invertibility, and for the P box we have to use a straight P box. Now the non-invertible components are compression P box and expansion P box. Compression, expansion, as well as some functions which are not invertible in nature. Okay, so the Feistel cipher example can be understood like, suppose we have a plain text. This is a block of plain text P1. So first I will include self-invertible component, means we have to perform the XOR. And this XOR will take other input as F key. And F key will take input from the cipher key. So this F key will termed as non-invertible function that accepts key as an input. Non-invertible function that accepts key as input. Now after performing, whatever the output is generated will be termed as a ciphertext. So this one will be termed as a mixture. So mixture means whitener. तो mixture में हम क्या करते थे? whitener में plain text के bits को key के साथ हम XOR करते थे. But instead of the direct combining, means instead of the direct XORing operation, we have to just take key as an input inside the non-invertible function, and whatever the output is generated by the non-invertible function, it will be appended as input to the XOR function. So the whole term is called the mixture. So the mixture is self-invertible. So कैसे है self-invertible वो अभी पता चलेगा. तो इस केस में now the problem is the encryption and decryption algorithm must be inverse of each other, as you know. But now we have used non-invertible function over there. So how can we generate the corresponding plain text in the decryption procedure? Because we can't find out the inverse of that function. And if we can't find the inverse of that function, then how can we perform the XOR operation? Okay. So that is the point, that how can we perform the decryption operation in case of Feistel cipher. the one example over this is, पता नहीं वो example है कि नहीं, मुझे देखना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो मुझे टाइम दो थोड़ा, नहीं है शायद, नहीं है, तो रुको फिर 2 मिनट एग्जाम्पल के लिए. So this is one of the example. So in this example, what the question says, the plain text and the ciphertext each of having 4 bits long and the key is 3 bit long. And we have to assume that the function fk will take first and third bit of the key, interprets as these 2 bits as a decimal number, squares the number and interpret the result as a 4-bit binary pattern. Now show the result of encryption and the decryption if the original plain text is 0111 and the key is 101. एग्जाम्पल सपोज यहाँ पे सपोज क्या करना है, दिया ही हुआ है कि ओरिजिनल प्लेन टेक्स्ट है मेरा 0 and 111 and now my key is 101. So the condition says we have to assume that the first and third bits of the key, what is the first bit? 1 and the third bit is 1, interprets these 2 bits as a decimal number. So what is the decimal equivalent of 11? It is 3, right? Now squares the number. So what is the square of 3? That is 9. And interpret the result as 4-bit binary pattern. So equivalent 4-bit binary pattern will be 1, 0, 0 and 1. Show the result of encryption and the decryption if the original plain text is this one and the key is 101. So from the above figure, what will be my ciphertext logic? My ciphertext logic can be understand like C equal to P, या आप C1 भी ले सकते हो, P1 भी ले सकते हो, C1 equal to P1 XOR and your function, the output of your function, that is Fk. And what will be the plain text? The plain text will be C1 minus Fk. ठीक है, but in the block cipher we have to perform addition and the subtraction will be as treated as XOR, so I will perform the XOR over there also. So what is my P1 in that case? My P1 is 0111 and my Fk is 1001. So perform the XOR So after performing the XOR, it is 1, 1, 1 and 0. And what will be plain text? What is the C1 value? That is 1, 1, 1, 0. And what is FK? FK is 1, 0, 0, 1. Right? So what is the XOR value? 0 and triple 1. So you can see we can successfully find out the corresponding plain text from the generated ciphertext, and we have used the non-invertible function. This non-invertible function logic is we have to take the first and third bit of the key, interpret as a decimal number, squares that number, and convert it into the binary pattern. Whatever the output is generated, what is the output generated? That is 1, 0, 0, 1. Have to perform with P1. What is my P1 value? That is 0, triple 1. And after the XORing of these two values, the corresponding ciphertext will be 1110. Right? So ये कैसे possible हुआ कि we are using the invertible non-invertible components, but instead we have successfully generated the corresponding plain text at the decryption procedure. So the reason is the mixture, the nature of the mixture is self-invertible because this will cancel the effect of FK in the encryption with the effect of FK in the decryption process. ठीक है, तो अगर मैं इसको कंबाइन करूं, अगर मैं P1 की C1 की वैल्यू यहाँ पे रखूं, ठीक है, so P1 will be C1 का वैल्यू अगर मैं यहाँ पे रख रही हूँ इधर, so it will be P1 XOR FK and XOR FK, and due to XOR operation it will cancel the effect of each other. Now my plain text will be equivalent to the previous plain text, so it will successfully decrypt the ciphertext. So that is the reason, because my mixture is self-invertible. So what is the problem over there? There is some problem. Like it is treated just like in the additive cipher. So additive cipher में मेरा क्या होता था कि मेरा C1 जो था वो प्लेन टेक्स्ट की वैल्यू को मैं ऐड करती थी की के साथ और मेरा C1 जनरेट हो जाता था. ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे भी मेरा वही सेम कंसेप्ट हो रहा है, बट व्हाट अबाउट the diffusion property such that we cannot find out the relationship between the ciphertext and the plain text. And what about the confusion property? That we cannot judge the relationship between the ciphertext and the key. So that's why we have to divide our plain text into the two parts. So two parts means we have to divide my plain text block into L1 and L2. So this is my plain text. And I'm dividing into L1, L2. So left hand side का मैं L1 ले रही हूँ, तो मैं L2 ना लेके यहाँ पे मैं R1 लेती हूँ, right hand side block. Now it will perform the XOR function with FK, and for the achieving the confusion property and the diffusion property, I am taking another input in the function, that is R1. Okay. Now whatever the output is generated, it will go to the ciphertext value, which is indicated by L2, and this is R2. Now what is the problem over there? This is called mixture. Now the problem over this approach is the right hand side part can be prone to some attacks because it is not changing now, only the left hand side is changing. So that's why my diffusion property does not hold properly. So due to this case, I will perform the swap operation. What is the swap operation? The same thing. चलो मैं आपको डायग्राम से बताती हूँ मैं क्या बनाऊँ डायग्राम. Yeah. So it is a direct one. And for the swapping, final design of the crypto, with two rounds. That is, you can see whatever the R1 is generated, it will be go towards the L2 block, and whatever the L1 is generated after the XORing, it will go towards the right hand side block. So for the iteration, we can increase our round. So the next round will be the same as the previous round. So whatever the output is generated from the left hand side, it will go to the right one. And whatever the output is generated from the right hand side computation will be go to the left one. So in this case, my diffusion property will hold properly. And we cannot find out the relationship between the plain text and the ciphertext because it are mixed up of rounds and we are doing swapping also. So mixture and swapper both will be the part of final design of the Feistel cipher. Now what is the non-Feistel cipher? Non-Feistel cipher is very easy. Instead of taking all of the components like non-invertible, self-invertible and invertible, the non-Feistel cipher considers only invertible component like X box, P box, like this kind of. Now non-invertible component like the expansion P box and the functions and compression P box we will not include in the presence of non-Feistel cipher. Now, what will be the possible attacks over the block cipher? So, as you know, the block cipher holds two properties. The first one is diffusion and the second one is confusion. So, due to this property, the brute force attack is not possible to correct the ciphertext, because the hacker will not get the information or will not get any relationship between the ciphertext and plain text, and also it will not get any information like ciphertext and the key. So that's why the brute force attack is not possible over the block cipher. It will be very frustrating situation for the hacker. Now, two new type of attacks may be possible over the block cipher. The name is differential cryptanalysis, and the second one is linear cryptanalysis. So what is the differential and the linear cryptanalysis? Differential cryptanalysis is basically the chosen plain text attack. So in the chosen plain text attack, the attacker has to access the Alice computer and it has to intercept the plain text, and the ciphertext is public in nature, means it has a pair of, the attacker has a pair of ciphertext and the plain text. Now from the ciphertext and the plain text, the goal of the attacker is to find out the key value, such that by using the key value it can decrypt the future ciphertext that is generated by the Alice. Okay, so goal is to find the cipher key. So in this way, in the differential cryptanalysis, the logic is the attacker has to find out the relationship between the plain text and the ciphertext. Means diffusion property को वो corrupt करना चाह रहा है. ठीक? So इस case में we have taken one simple basic example for understanding point of view. The example says, suppose my cipher is made up of only the XOR operation. So it will not take any S box and the P box table, and just it has used only the XOR operation. Means XOR with the key and the ciphertext will be generated. So cipher is made up of only XOR operation. So my ciphertext will be generated by XORing the plain text values with the key. Now suppose Eve attacker has access to Alice computer, that is the victim, and it intercepts two plain text. Okay, and the corresponding ciphertexts are intercepted by the Eve by performing the man in the middle attack. या कहीं से उसको मिल गया या public हो गया, ठीक है? So now it has pair of P1 C1 and P2 C2. And Eve is knowing about that the ciphertext is made up of the XOR operation only. So in that case, the relationship can be established like P1 equal to C1 XOR with key and P2 equal to C2 XOR with key. So I'm not using K1 and K2 because my cipher key will be unique. My cipher key will be same. The round keys may be different, but I'm talking about the cipher key. Okay. So from this two relation, it will find out one equation, that is, if we subtract P1 from P2 means P1 XOR P2, then what will be the relationship between plain text and the ciphertext? So it is just an assumption. Okay. So key values will be cancelled. So now my relation is P1 XOR P2 and C1 XOR C2. And from this relation, it has to find out the cipher key. The aim is to find out the cipher key. So now one of the example can be understand. ये तो example है, मतलब logic था ये. तो कैसे हम key को find करेंगे? How can we find the key? That we have to see. Now attacker has P1 P2, C1 C2 and this relation, that is P1 XOR P2 equal to C1 XOR C2. Now attacker will do some hit and try. Like suppose 3 बिट का मेरा प्लेन टेक्स्ट है, ठीक है, वो एज्यूम कर रहा है कि 3 बिट का है, ये सब एजम्पशन चल रही है, ठीक. मैं अंडरस्टैंडिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू समझा रही हूँ. रियल टाइम में 3 बिट का नहीं होगा, ये बहुत सारी बिट का होगा, ठीक. ये कैसे परफॉर्म होता है डिफरेंशियल क्रिप्टो एनालिसिस, मैं सिर्फ वो बता रही हूँ. So suppose Eve attacker has do some analysis and making some hit and try, like what is the value of P1 and P2 and C1 and C2 which fit best to this equation, which fit best over this equation. So suppose P1 is 100 and P2 is 101. So that my C1 and C2 can be 110 and 111. Let's check this equation is satisfied or not by using these values. So when we perform the XOR between 100 and 101, my answer is 001. And for the RHS, when we perform the XOR between these two values, that is 110 and 111, my answer is 001. So yes, these are perfect combination of P1, P2 and C1, C2. Now I have to find out the cipher key. Because the Eve attacker know about the relationship and the equations, like the ciphertext is made up of only performing the XOR between the key and the plain text. So key can be find out by performing the XOR between P1 and C1, and another key can be performed with P1, P2 and C2. Because my cipher key is unique, so whenever I found the common combination of K, so we can say that is the key. ठीक, so मेरे को common term यहाँ पे find out करना है. तो इस केस में मेरी की क्या होगी? What is the value of P1? P1 value is 101 and XOR with C1 value. C1 value is 110. So what is the corresponding output after performing the XOR function? That is 010. In that case, what is the value of P2? That is 101. XOR with C2 111. What is the corresponding output after performing the XOR? That is 010. So yes, you can see the key values are same. So we can say that this 010 is the answer and it is your cipher key. When your cipher is made up of only performing the XOR operation between the plain text and the key. And this is the relation the Eve has to satisfy. So key can be hacked by the hacker by using the differential cryptanalysis. So it is a very basic example. So for the more complex example, suppose I am using one component in order to make it complex. ठीक है, सो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी करने के लिए मैंने क्या किया, कुछ इस तरीके से जनरेट हुआ है मेरा साइफर टेक्स्ट. So in this example, you can see my P means plain text is 3 bits long. My K is 3 bits long. Now I have to perform the XOR operation and my intermediate text is generated, that is X, which is of 3 bits long. Now I have to use some non-invertible function, that is SBox, which having 3 cross 2 and my cipher text of 2 bits will be generated. And for this SBox, अच्छा एक बात ना कि S बॉक्स और P बॉक्स का जो मेरा टेबल होगा वो भी पब्लिक होगा. सो क्या क्या चीजें मेरी पब्लिक है? पब्लिक है मेरी इंक्रिप्शन एंड डिक्रिप्शन एल्गोरिथम, ठीक है. उसके साथ ही मेरी S बॉक्स और P बॉक्स की जो टेबल है वो भी अवेलेबल है पब्लिकली. तो आगे हम डीएस में देखेंगे कि कौन से S बॉक्स और P बॉक्स टेबल हम यूज करते हैं, तो हम करके भी दिखाएंगे, ठीक. सो दिस इज पब्लिक इन नेचर. Now this is a more complex version as compared to the previous one because we have to use the SBox table of having 3 cross 2 and it is non-invertible in nature. अब मेरे को ये पता लगाना है कि मैं की वैल्यू को कैसे फाइंड आउट करूंगी in case of that one. So for that, the Eve attacker has to know about the algorithm. The algorithm says first we have to perform the XOR between the plain text value with the key values. And whatever the output is generated by doing the white null, we have to append it over the SBox. SBox's nature is 3 cross 2 and my ciphertext will be generated. So that is the algorithm by the Eve attacker. And because of the nature of differential cryptanalysis, it will know values of plain text values and the ciphertext values because the Eve attacker has access to the Alice computer to accept the plain text and the ciphertext pair. And it has this equation, P1 XOR P2 and C1 XOR P2. ये इक्वेशन इसके पास है. Now the Eve attacker will create one relationship that is called the probabilistic relationship. So what is the probabilistic relationship? What is the key bit? Key is 3 bit long. So how many combinations can be possible over the 3 bit key? 8 combinations. What are that? 000, 001, 010, 011, 100, 101, 110, and 111. So 8 combinations are possible. So we have to find out that after applying the key over the plain text value P1, ठीक है, या P2 जो भी है, after applying the key means P XOR key, my X is generated and my X will be converted by using the SBox table and my ciphertext will be generated at final. So what are the chances? तो 8 में, क्योंकि मेरा डेस्टिनेशन क्या है, मेरा डेस्टिनेशन है की को फाइंड करना. The attacker has to attacker task is to get the value of the key. ठीक है. So की मेरी 3 वैल्यू में, अरे सॉरी 8 वैल्यू में कोई भी हो सकती है. So what is the probability? So this is the distribution table, probability relationship table, in which it says when my P1 XOR P2 relationship is 0, 0, 0, this one, and my ciphertext difference, that is C1 XOR C2, is 0, 0, then what is the chances of the key to set up this value that are 8? ठीक. तो चलो मैं आपको एग्जाम्पल के साथ बताती हूँ, इससे आपको ज्यादा क्लियर होगा, ऐसे नहीं समझ में आएगा. So let me copy and paste the same diagram over some another page. Okay. So let's take one example. So my relation is already have P1 XOR P2 and C1 XOR C2. So suppose P1 और P2 का जो भी डिफरेंस है वो हम फॉर एग्जांपल 001 ले रहे हैं, ठीक है। मैं आपको ये ये बता दी हूँ कि टेबल कैसे बनी है, ठीक। तो P1 XOR P2 equal to 001. Now do some hit and try that what will be the perfect combination of P1 and P2 such that after taking the XOR the output will be 001. So there may be multiple combinations, but for the understanding point of view I am taking only few combination, that is 110 and the second one is 111. So आप कोई भी ले सकते हो, मैं ये ले रही हूँ, आप बाकियों में भी चेक करना, आंसर सेम आएगा, ठीक है। So 110 and 111 is my combination of P1 and P2. And what are my key values? Key value मैं already यहाँ पे दोबारा लिखना पड़ेगा मुझे। So my key can be any one from this 8 combinations. So my first step is, what my first step? This is my P1, 110. Second P2 is 111. We have to perform the XOR between the plain text value and the 3 bits of key value. So first I am taking this key value, that is 000. So hit and trial करेंगे तो एक एक करके सारी की मुझे टेस्ट करनी है। तो पहले की मेरी क्या है 000. So just perform the XOR 000 over there. What is the answer? Answer is 110 and here is 111. Now the second task is, this is your X. ठीक है, ये X है, ये आपका P1 है, ये आपका P1 है, सॉरी P2 है, ये आपका X जनरेट हो गया। फिर X को मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, we have to append the values of X which are having 3 bits 110 and 111 over the S box. And what is my S box table? That is over there. So what is the corresponding ciphertext values? So 110, यहाँ पे देखो 110 का corresponding value क्या है, 110 का corresponding value है मेरा 11. So it will give you 11 as a ciphertext C1, and for 111 it is 00. So it will give you 00 as a S box output. Now for this relationship C1 XOR C2. So what will be C1? C1 is this one and C2 is this one. Okay? We have to perform the XOR between the two. What is the corresponding value? The corresponding value is 1 and 1. Okay? Right, the same way we have to perform this operation with using another key. So what is my other key? That is 001. What is the answer of X? The X answer is 111 and here my X answer is 110. What is my x table? Sorry, s table value. For 111 it is 00. For 110, 110 को देखो यहाँ पे क्या है 110, that is 11. Now C1 XOR C2, it will give you again 11. ठीक, तो मैं ऐसा दूसरा के लिए भी चेक करती हूँ. For the third one, so 110 and third combination, third key. So my third key is 010 and it is 100 and here 101. So my corresponding S table values are 01 and 00 and the XOR operation answer is 01. Now fourth key value is 011. मैं इसलिए इतना स्टेप वाइज बता रही हूँ क्योंकि ये एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जो आपके सीनियर्स को समझ में नहीं आया था. इस पे मैंने 2 क्लासेस वेस्ट की थी और उनको एक भी पॉइंट इसमें समझ में नहीं आया था. यहाँ तक कि जो भी प्रोसेस होता है उसमें मेंशन भी किया गया था कि उनको समझ में ही नहीं आया. तो मुझे खुद पर डाउट होने लगा कि मैं सही से समझा रही हूँ कि नहीं समझा रही हूँ. तो मैं दोबारा ये कोशिश कर रही हूँ आप लोग के साथ कि आप लोग को समझ में आता है कि नहीं. So 101 का corresponding value is 00 from this box table and 01 ciphertext is generated and XOR and it will be 01. So fifth one will be 110 and 100 is my key. 111 100 answer is 010. Here it is 011 from the table will be 10 and 10. After performing the XOR, it will provide you output 00. Now the sixth one says 110 and your key value is 101, 011 and other is 111, 101, 010 and 10 and 10. Perform XOR and it will give you 00. Now the seventh one is 110, 110 again, key value, it will give you 000. P2 text के लिए 110, again 001. As box table entries are 11 and 00. XOR, it will give you output 11. Now the last one, the last key is 111. So 110 and 111, 111 and 111. So it is 000, 001, 000. So 001 के according क्या है मेरा text as box table. 001 के है 00 और 000 के है 11. So it will be 00 and 11 and performing the XOR and the output will be 11. Now we have to check how many times 00 means C1 XOR C2 में कितने टाइम में मतलब कितनी बार how many times the 00 is occur, how many times 01 is occur, how many times 10 is occur and how many times 11 is occur, because these are the possible combinations of C1 XOR C2. Because my C1 का जो bit है वो 2 bit का है, so 2 bit में मेरे 4 ही combinations possible हो सकते हैं. So count 00 कितनी बार आया, 1 2 ऊपर देखो कहीं आया, नहीं. So it will be occur. It is occurring 2 times for the 01. For 01, yes, it occurs again 2 times. This is 01 and 01. For 10, 1 0 एक बार भी नहीं है, so no value. What about 1 1? So 1 1 is 1 2 and 3 4 times. In the probability point of view, what is my value? That is, it will occur 2 times of 8 combinations. Again 2 by 8, again 4 by 8. So in the terms of 0 and 1 value, it will be 1 by 4 means 0.25 is the chance. 1 by 4 means 0.25 is the chance, and here it is 1 by 2 means 0.5 is the chance. Okay. So that is called the probability relationship. So for 0 0 the answer is 2 0 1 2 and 1 1 is 4. So check करो टेबल में सही बना है कि नहीं. हाँ. तो 0 0 के लिए और 0 0 1 के लिए देखो चांसेस कितने हैं, 2 बार. यहाँ पे कितने हैं, 2 बार. 1 1 के लिए कितने हैं, 4 बार. ठीक है. अब आए समझ में कैसे आया ये चीज. तो आप सारी कॉम्बिनेशन के लिए चेक कर सकते हो, आंसर सेम आएगा. So this is the probabilistic information heuristic result after calculation of the encryption algorithm. So this table is with attacker also with the relationship, that is P1 XOR P2 and C1 XOR P2 along with the S-box table. So now suppose the question is, in the exam the table will be given to you, okay, and जो उसके algorithm है with S-box table will be given to you. So now the question is P1 XOR P2 is given to you is 0 0 1, okay, and C1 XOR C2 is given to you that is 1 1. ठीक है. So 1 1 में मेरे कितने चांसेस हैं, that is 0.50. यहाँ देखो 0 0 1 है मेरा P1 XOR P2, ठीक है. C1 XOR C2 है मेरा 1 1. So कितने चांसेस हैं, 0.50. 0.50 का मतलब कितने चांसेस हुए, 2 चांसेस हुए. यानी कि मेरे पास 2 की वैल्यूज आएंगी, K1 और K2, और उनमें से कोई एक करेक्ट होगी या दोनों ही करेक्ट हो सकते हैं. तो मेरे को फाइंड आउट करना है व्हाट शुड बी द वैल्यू ऑफ K1 और व्हाट शुड बी द वैल्यू ऑफ K2. सो क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में कुछ इस तरीके का होगा, आपको टेबल दिया होगा, एल्गोरिथम भी दिया होगा. ठीक है. So C1 XOR C2. Now you are the attacker. First you have to analysis that what will be the perfect combination of C1 and C2 such that the answer will be 1 1. In my case, I am taking 1 1 as a C1 value and C2 as a 0 0, or you can take 0 0 as a C1 value and 1 1 as a C2 value. तो चलो मैं सेकंड वाला ही ले लेती हूँ. So C1 is 0 0. So for that, if C1 is 0 0, so from this table कहाँ गई मेरी, ऊपर एस बॉक्स टेबल. For C1 equal to 0 0, इधर देखो C1 equal to 0 0, देखो कहाँ पे 0 0 है. What will be my corresponding x value? That is 0 0 1 and 1 0 1. So x1 is 0 0 1, or we can say x1 can be 1 1 1. There are two values associated with the ciphertext C1 equal to 0 0. So suppose I am checking x1 equal to 0 0 1. In the case of x1 equal to 0 0 1, so what is the relationship between key ciphertext and x1? तो डायग्राम से देखो क्या रिलेशनशिप था. रिलेशनशिप था कि x मेरा आएगा कब, when we performing the XOR between the plain text value with the key value, right? And from this relationship we can say that key is made up of x value XOR with p value. The same relation I have to use over there in order to find out the key. So x1 equal to p1 XOR k. So k1 equal to x1 XOR p1. ठीक है, तो x1 का वैल्यू मेरा 001 है. Now the analysis again for P1 and P2, because you have given in the question that P1 XOR P2 is equal to 001. So my analysis is P1 can be 110 and P2 can be 111. बहुत सारे combinations हो सकते हैं, सारी values पे आप check कर सकते हो. मेरा ये combination है. आप आंसर कुछ भी आप एनालिसिस में P1 और P2 का वैल्यू एग्जाम में कुछ भी ले सकते हो, बट इट शुड बी सेटिस्फाई दिस इक्वेशन. ठीक है, इट इज नॉट मैंडेटरी कि आपको यही कॉम्बिनेशन लेना है. सो यहीं पे आपका डुप्लीकेसी पकड़ा जाएगा. अगर बहुत सारे बच्चों के सेम ही ऐसे आए तो फिर मैं समझूंगी वो डुप्लीकेट है. ठीक, क्योंकि दे आर 8 पॉसिबिलिटी, तो कम से कम 8वें बच्चे का जो एग्जाम्पल है वो अलग होना चाहिए. हाँ, तो क्या मैं बोली? तो सपोज क्या करना, मेरे एनालिसिस के हिसाब से P1 मेरा 110 है. ठीक है, so I am taking 110 as a P1 value, so my K1 value can be occurred as 001. Now suppose कह रही हूँ, for the another case that is x2 equal to 111, या फिर से x1 ले सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. So in the case of 111 ये वाला केस ले रहे हैं, x1 equal to 111, same thing. चलो मैं इसको x2 ही लेती हूँ, ज्यादा बेटर रहेगा. So K2 will be x2 XOR P2. So what is my x2 value? That is 111. And what my analysis says that what should be the value of P2? The value of P2 can be 111. So my value of P2 is 111. So what will be my answer? That is 000. So you can see from this computation that there are 2 keys are possible. That's why out of 8, 2 keys are possible. That's why my क्या बोली मैं, एक मिनट, मे भी मल्टीपल कीज पॉसिबल हुआ है. सो इस केस में 2 कीज हैं. ठीक है, जो मेरी कंप्यूटेशन में आई हैं. सो द आंसर कैन बी आइदर 001 और 000. और भी कॉम्बिनेशन हो सकते हैं. एक और आएगा आपका कॉम्बिनेशन, वो कौन सा होगा? वो आप इसकी वैल्यू को चेंज करोगे. ठीक, P1 और P2 के वैल्यू को चेंज करोगे आप, साथ में C1 और C2 के वैल्यू को रिवर्स ऑर्डर में लोगे. सो उस केस में क्या आ जाएगा, आपके 2 और कॉम्बिनेशन आ जाएंगे. सो टोटल मेरे 4 कॉम्बिनेशन. सो आउट ऑफ इट देयर विल बी 4 कॉम्बिनेशंस ऑफ द की. दैट्स व्हाई माय आंसर इज 0.50. सो वो दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन क्या है वो आप देखना. ठीक है, नहीं आए तो पूछना. चलो अब लास्ट टॉपिक है लीनियर क्रिप्टोएनालिसिस. तो बहुत ही सिंपल टॉपिक है, इस पे न्यूमेरिकल नहीं आते हैं. जस्ट फॉर द अंडरस्टैंडिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, व्हाट इज द लीनियर एस बॉक्स. सो एज आई टोल्ड यू, द लीनियर एस बॉक्स इज दैट वन इन व्हिच वी कैन फाइंड आउट वन रिलेशनशिप इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल. ठीक है, ये मैंने पढ़ाया हुआ है. So in the form of polynomial, the ciphertext can be written as x naught XOR with x1, c1 equal to x naught XOR with x1 XOR with x2, and the last one is c2 x1 XOR with x2. So this can be any equation, but this S box state the equations are in the form of this way only. So it is a 3x3 S box over there, and these are the key values, that is over the 3 bits k2, k1 and k0. x2, k1 and x2, x1 and x0 will be generated, and these are the corresponding ciphertext equation. So from the ciphertext and the generated middle one text after performing the XOR, this is the relation. So from this relation, we have to perform the linear cryptanalysis, because I'm talking about the linear S box. So when your S box is non-linear, जिसमें आपका number of input अलग था, number of output अलग था, the previous case you have to perform the differential cryptanalysis. Otherwise, you have to perform the linear cryptanalysis. So in that case, what will be my simplified equation in terms of plain text and the key? So x naught can be extended. What is the x naught equation? X naught is made up of p naught XOR with k naught, right? So इस तरीके से मैंने x1 के लिए भी लिखा. What is x1 value? That is p1 XOR and k1. So the same thing is written over there. So just like the same way, you have to write out c1 and c2. Tick. So when you finished after writing the simplified equation, in order to find out the keys k1, k2 and k0 will be p1 XOR c0 XOR c1 XOR c2, and it is knowing that is a known plain text attack. Means you have know about the plain text values and you have previous plain text and the ciphertext pairs. And your task is to find out K1, K2 and K0. So that is called the linear cryptanalysis. ठीक. तो linear cryptanalysis इतना easy नहीं होता है find out करना, क्योंकि known plain text attack को perform करना भी बहुत मुश्किल है. It is not easy to hack someone's computer and to access the ciphertext and the plain text attack, but sometimes it is possible. Sometimes, ठीक है, 100 में एक chance होता है, पर होता है. So that is all about the today's lecture. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave the meeting. So मैं chat invoke कर रही हूँ.